Hello, my name is PJ. I'm here with Juanis, and Juanis is on his weight loss journey, and we're here today to talk about his success. Now, Juanis, please introduce yourself.
My name is Juanis Burbano. I'm 23 years old. I grew up in Ecuador. I was born and raised in Ecuador. I moved here when I was 16 years old, and I want to say throughout my whole life, I've always been on the higher end of my weight, basically. I've always struggled, at least emotionally. I always look at myself as the big guy. I've always wanted to be thinner, basically. When I moved here, I did gain a lot of weight because emotionally, I was not in a great place. I miss my family. I left everything behind. I moved to a completely different society, basically.
Yes, you're starting
Culture,
over.
language, everything.
Correct.
It was a big change. So I stopped going out. I gave up on the gym. I gained a ton of weight, and it's been downhill since then. And the pandemic was the worst place. I want to say I ended up reaching 270 pounds during the pandemic.
Okay.
So I would look at myself in the mirror and I would just look away. It was embarrassing to some extent. I didn't like looking at myself. So you feel like you're letting yourself down.
What was the treatment like, and how did you start it with them?
Yeah, so a friend of mine referred me to Medsmart about the treatment that tirzepatide. So it's a very simple it's such a simple treatment that I didn't believe. It's the type of treatment that you think like, oh, there's got to be a catch.
Okay.
It didn't, right? So it's something as simple as you just get like a small injection in your stomach.
That's what I was
First of
gonna
all, you
ask,
don't feel it.
Okay, great.
This is coming from someone who hates
less
injections,
invasive.
hates taking
Good.
like blood
So
and
it's
everything.
less invasive on.
Really not invasive.
Good,
You don't
good,
feel it at all.
Fantastic.
And basically, the perks are you just don't get hungry. Or, for example, like you're eating, you get fuller faster. So your portions are reduced. Of course, your calorie intake is less.
Yes.
And if you complement that, of course, with exercise, moving more, maybe some supplements, it's like a process, of course. But by itself, it's going to work. But if you complement it with something else, you're going to notice big changes.
Good.
You know, the people there are, first of all, really kind. They explain all the process and everything. They run your blood work. And once you know you're healthy, you know, like they check your body composition in a big scanner and everything. So, of course, you know you're in good hands, right? And then the process is as simple as just one injection in the lower abdomen once a week, but you don't feel it at all.
How much weight did you lose in those 6 months with all of it put together?
I would say like 40 pounds,
Okay.
more or less.
Well, how do you feel you're looking in the mirror nowadays?
I mean, I look at myself in the mirror for starters instead of looking away. Sometimes we don't see the changes.
I know.
And then you compare it to pictures. And once you see the pictures, that's when you like, okay, this is working. I need to continue going. There's no way I can give up and go back to where I was.
Through the help of Medsmart, you realized, hey, I need to eat better. I need to go to the gym, and I need to get on a routine. Through the DEXA scan, they will tell you everything. Believe that. And I'm sure with follow-up appointments, you being on their team with the wellness center there, it's fantastic.
No one else is going to do it for you. That's usually the end point. It's like, if you don't make the changes, no one else is going to do it for you. And there's just one thing in this world that belongs to you, and that's your body, right? So right now, of course, my main goal is to continue with the process. Thanks to Medsmart, like mentioned before, it helps you change your lifestyle. So, of course, I want to continue, right? Since I started the process, I feel like I've learned many new things. And thanks to that, I've been able to do new things too, right? So when I started, I wasn't able to run, for example, because, you know, the weight and everything, it would hurt my knees. I didn't feel good. Lately, I've been running. So that's something else. It's like a chain reaction. So once you start something, eventually, you know, once you start looking better, maybe you're encouraged more to do something else. Now you start running. Now you start looking into more sports. And, you know, it's like a huge chain reaction. Of course, once you finish the treatment with Medsmart, you don't have the aid that you started, but, you know, you have push that you needed, inspiration that you needed, right? And once you go up the stairs so much, you're not going to look down, right? You're going to put the effort and don't go back down. You're always trying to improve yourself.
Yes.
And my goals are far from achieved, but I know I can do it.
with Medsmart as well, not only do they handle weight loss treatments, but they also help their clients do so many other great things to help them achieve ultimate wellness. I mean, this is a great wellness center. Well, Gen Z out there, if you're listening, you show up because we're helping everybody from the young to the old, and you make sure that you continue this process.
Don't wait for the perfect moment, right? It's not gonna come.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for telling the people how great you did with Medsmart and along with your fitness journey through weight loss.
Thank you very much for having me.
My pleasure. All right, take care. See you next time.